if we page down to the course overview, so by end of this course, we hope you could understand the customer billing process in SAP, know how to create, release, cancel. So you look at these particular transactions, you know how to manage them, like customer invoice, right? Like how to create, release, and cancel them, and how to process credit and debit memos, because sometimes customer invoice needs to be adjusted. That's the adjustment part. And last but not least, you know how to process down payment, right? Of course, that's another major step in this process. If we look at the curriculum, overview, here is our layout of the time, but hopefully we will, finish it, before 5. Let's see. So manage BP customer master data. So this one would be a very high level. I believe we do have another session, how the BP got set up, in the back end. So that is another material we are working on. So I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time show you step by step how a BP is set up, right? It's more a shared topic. I believe later on, documents will be shared with almost everyone, sales team, finance team, operation team. Everyone should know about how to, navigate into the BP master. And next one would be our navigation of invoice types and document flow. Definitely, I'll show you, this is more on FI end, your expertise area. How do you manage all the different invoice types and document flow? And we will spend a major of our time in this particular transaction training. How do we create, release, and even cancel a customer invoice? Credit memo and debit memo, those are the adjustment of the invoice. So we're gonna show you how to create a debit memo request and debit memo request, and later on the related billing. That hopefully won't take more than 30 minutes. And then process down payment. I think the sequencing is a little bit, organized, different than this one, but we will cover everything we just mentioned. And the last not least is the reporting. Okay, let's start. So before we even go there, I wanna just spend 5 minutes, maybe just a warm up again on this aligned session. We just talked about it last week, right? So this is almost an end-to-end payment process, down payment plus billing process. Let's use Solo as an example. Of course, if we're talking about fleet, gonna be a little bit different, but Solo is the most complex one. And I just wanna go through again quickly. So before we jump into those particular detailed transactions, each puzzle are sitting at where on this, end-to-end process. So we start having e-commerce, received purchase sales orders, which is automatic. That's why it's in green. So it's like a workflow automatic step. So once the sales order being synchronized, received by SAP, we have this $250 as down payment on it, plus billing block equals to 01 pending confirmation, and the delivery block equal to 01 pending confirmation. So this sales order, once it's in the system, our team will process it under this special general ledger E, which is a down payment, because we already received it from Stripe end, right? So in the meantime, the delivery advisory team, they will call the customer to confirm if this sales order is good to go. Of course, if order is not confirmed by then they will just reject this sales order, and then so the information passed to our side would be, we will cancel the down payment and refund manually from Stripe. Of course, in the future, we are looking at having automation step here, so we don't need to manually do this, and here as well. But if in like in majority of the situation is sales order will be confirmed, right? So the sales team or delivery team will help update the pricing procedure, the pricing information on the sales order, and also update the billing block to 02. Remember, it used to be 01. Now it changed to 02. So when we run the report, I'll show you the report in a minute. So you will see pending for down pay. And this indicator tells you, okay, I need to transfer this down pay I processed under E now to A, right? So in that case, the down pay will be really converted to a different GL, and it truly means it's down pay for confirm the sales order. Okay, after that, back to delivery team to prepare all the logistic steps. And in the meantime, if they found the vehicle is ready for delivery, they will give you another signal, say, hey, pending for pro forma invoice. Again, this is billing block. You see billing block now changed from 01, 02, now 03. So when you see it's 03, you will issue this pro forma invoice, right? Pro forma invoice it will be used as a, it will be used as a down payment request, sort of a form to gather the remaining payment, right? So you issue pro forma invoice and you have to put the billing block back to 04, which is pending final invoice. So you put this back and then you will wait the customer to pay you. It may take a few days, a few weeks, or coming through the bank approval, blah, blah, blah. But after you finally receive the full payment from the financial institute, you will switch the delivery block to a particular one, which is 03. So this is delivery block, right? And nobody will manage this particular delivery block 03 except your team. It's basically a very specific block we only assign to FI team. You will give a full payment received reason. So once this delivery block shows up, the delivery team will interpret it as, okay, full payment is secured. Now I can remove the delivery block and let the car go, right? They can ship it. So after that, they remove the billing block. After they did this, and you will remove the billing block, and you will anytime you feel comfortable and the billing is due, you can create the invoice and let the invoice release to accounting, so it get recognized to your revenue account. So this is what we said the other day. Just to give you another warm-up session here, and we are going to jump into the next slide, which is manage sales order.
Hey, Nicole, could you please go back? So I saw after we create a billing, we need to do another process to clear the customer advance payment.
Yeah, so this one is more on the payment side or finance end. If we have way here, maybe we can cover it in today's session. But honestly, I think this is more FI training course, the clear customer advance payment items.
I don't think we cover this anywhere else. We probably should cover it here because that's part of the billing process.
Gotcha. So Chris, can you please do me a favor, talk to Wei and show her this screenshot and highlight this step. Let her maybe prep this one. If we have time today, we will cover it, okay?
And also just an FYI, we do have Wei on the call here as well to answer any questions as well in the meantime.
And Nicole, another thing is in our previous conversation about this, the system is not being able to show us outstanding balance of the sales order.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure it has been fixed or not.
We will show you what we got today, and let's go from there. Reevaluate. I think it's close if it's not fully meeting our requirements. But let's have a look in today's session again. Okay? Yeah, I'll show you later on. So can you double check this step 9? Do we have good examples today in the system to show Lily and her team on these clear customer advance payment items.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah. Okay. So first topic, we will use this manage sales order. So I'll show you this sales order, manage sales order tile. What's the best way for us to use it? Okay, I think I showed many times in our sessions, but again, this is a very key and centralized dashboard tile. You pretty much can get everything from here. So let's have a look. Manage sales order. Okay, manage sales order. So you come to this tile. Remember, I show you a couple of times how do you define your own, criteria here, right? So you basically go to adaptive filters, search for the related criteria, right? For example, sales order type. Of course, I already built something as like this. If you haven't done anything like this, you can start to fill in the stuff here and click go. Once you save some conditions in this bar, you can save as, then give a different name. If it's not fleet order, if it's something else, you can assign the name here, so it will be stored in SAP. And this is more like a per different people's preference. For example, I use order type a lot. Maybe you only work on a few so-to party, you only want to look at them all the time, just you can build your own criteria based on your own conditions, right? Okay, so look at this. I also have the defaulted landscape layout. It's called EMV, right? So basically on SAP standard one, you have less information than this one. I just add some information like a rejection status and order reason to here, and I saved it as EMV, right? So you can also work on this little icon, turn on everything you are interested with, and then later on save it as your layout. Okay, awesome. So look at this manage sales order tile. Couple of things. When I'm looking at fleet sales orders, right? So billing block, delivery block, and those are the key status based on our process map you will need to pay attention to, right? Of course, a billing block, if you see something billing block is gone, what does that mean? Okay, so who will remove billing block? Pretty much delivery team. When they see you secured all the full payment, they will work on the delivery and remove billing block, deliver the car. So when you see a delivery block is empty here, that is pretty much a signal for you to say, oh, you know what? This delivery is done, right? And what you can do is you always click on this number, which is your sales order number. And you may not see all these links because those links are the ones that I use a lot, right? To change sales order, if you have access, you go there, change the sales order from here, or you display the sales order, you can display, right? All the information. If you want to see particular price, you select it and click on condition. It will show you all the price breakdown of this sales order. And you can go to their, billing document to check the Incoterm or payment term information here. Where is the payment term? It's here, right? So that's the way how you navigate on a sales order. If you want to check the sales order header data, it's this icon, display header details. And in the header data, you will see something like, okay, our pricing procedure is what, and sales area is what, right? Because for fleet, we have sales area 2100, 30, and 01, right? Who created the sales order is all here. At what time the sales order being created? So you definitely can leverage V803, this one, to to navigate the detailed information of the sales order. If you want to check the document flow, this is another one I would recommend you use. If it doesn't show up here, click on more links. It will definitely show up here. So you just highlight it and click OK. For example, I want to do this one, list the sales orders. Okay, see, it shows up here. And each time it can always shows up here until I click more links and remove it. Okay, it's working like this. So display document flow, if I click on this one, you can see SAP's document flow is really beautiful, right? And it's all, graphic integrated. So you can see this one because it has billing, oh, that's our test data glitch, I would say. Delivery block is 01, which means there's still delivery block there. However, if you look at the billing is already up. So usually we shouldn't, right? We can issue pro forma. We wouldn't issue billing before delivery, right? But this must be old test data. We just use it as an example. So you can see here, quotation. It's a fleet. Of course, it comes with quotation. And it has, sales order. This is where sales order getting highlighted because right now we are displaying sales order. These are all relevant, document flow. You see, we create the invoice, however, we back out the invoice. So we canceled it. So we couldn't say it's a data glitch. It might be right. And you see here, you have geo document flow. What does this tell you, right? So this truly told you do have a journal entry document related with this sales order as well. If we check this, display as T accounts. So this pretty much told me, so you received certain, payment from the customer. Does that make sense to you, Lily? Remember you said, how do I know if the customer made the down pay or whatever? If they did make the down pay and you received it, it will show up here. Maybe you can give a better explanation than me. This is journal entries. I don't know how to explain this debit credit.
I think really still understand this when you do the down payment.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll give you another one because I think we do have another one the other day when we are making this. It's this sales order. If you, let's say, want to check this particular sales order, which we did. See pro forma, we did pro forma together. It shows up here, right? There's an invoice. And if you look at this down pay and display as T accounts, you see these are the $250 you received, right? These are truly the reservation fee you got. Yeah, I think.
So is there any wording tell us that we received funds? So what I can see here is only the number and the general entry number. Then, and also I don't have the outstanding number, right?
Yeah, outstanding, we're gonna show you at the other, this one.
Think about the real world. The customer may call us and say, now you are asking me for the final payment. Tell me how much I need to pay you. Right? We need to find out that number in the system, because we may have, number of orders, sales orders in the system at a different stage. We couldn't manually calculate for each of them.
You don't want to drill down to these details, you mean? You want to run a report?
Yeah, there should be a report to show, how much outstanding balance for that particular customer, right? Because it's very, I believe it's a very standard function.
We will check another tile later on, but maybe not at this moment. This is the manage sales order step. But later on, when we started to make some payment or whatever, we will check another one. So Any questions before I move on here for managed sales orders? So we also mentioned if you, of course, let's say you wanna manage the delivery block, like one step this team will do is if you receive the full down pay, full amount, including the down pay, you will make the delivery block 203, right? Which is a full payment received. So this one is the one you will all the time populate if you receive the full payment amount. So click OK. Now it becomes full payment received, 03. Okay, that's how you switch a delivery block. And I believe your team also manage, billing block. Of course, you will say, hey, billing block, let's set a billing block.
Hey, Nicole, I don't think I'm set up to, I don't think I see, because I'm in SAP, I don't think I see where I have that sales managing block on mine.
So can you take this offline, please? Maybe with Will, can you double check why Amy doesn't have access? Yeah, because this is the training session. I mean, you can replay this.
I don't have that tile. It's on a tile, right?
Yeah, manage sales order. It
is. I have a lot of different managed ones, but I don't have the actual manage sales order block.
So Nicole, just
so I can make a note of that and make sure that gets assigned to your profile so that it'll be available both in training and also in production.
Thank you.
Nicole, just to let you know, even I'm in the tile, and so the set delivery block, remove delivery block were those things like a gray in my system. I couldn't really click in there.
Can you highlight this and see if they are turning?
Okay, I need to highlight that order. Okay, okay, thanks.
Don't worry. Yeah, you need to select which one you are working on, so system will turn it on. Okay. Yeah. So if you wanna completely remove something, let's say remove billing block, you just highlight it and click on the related remove billing block. You see now the billing block is removed for this particular document. Okay, that's basically how you work on this one. And I believe for our team, sales team is another story. They will need to drill down to this one and maybe change a whole bunch of information on the sales order. But for us, we are more manipulating these blocks. And yeah, unless you find something is really, really wrong, you need to talk to them and you have to call the sales team people. I believe they want to change the sales order and, create a sales order if required. Okay. Yeah. Any questions for manage sales orders before we leave this screen? All right. So let's see, we had so many sales orders in the system. Of course, we want to process the down pay, right? If we process the down pay on the training documents, like we aligned, if you see on the process flow, someone say, hey, this sales order is pending for confirmation, you will just process the down pay, right? That's for solo. So if you look at this manage sales order for solo, click on this one. Yeah, pending confirmation. Many of them are pending for confirmation, right? Which means, yeah, we need to process this $250 for them. So let's use this guy. I just want to have a quick look at this guy and make sure 1448 is. Yeah, so it's all good. It doesn't have any document flow, which means it's a brand new sales order we received. All right. Let me double check this BP if it's a good BP. City. No, I don't like this BP because the data is not good. Oh, let's use this guy. One for Ryan test. If you check this BP, why? Run test or run this one? Let me have a look. Address. Okay, so let's use this one for 24 display document flow. Okay, there's only one sales order. 1424. Let's process the down pay. Wei, do you want to do it?
You can do that. I just guide you to do that. We don't need to back and forth the screen sharing.
Okay. So remember, the one is the post the customer down payment. It's this one. All right. So the document date is today, and the company code 2100 USD. So account would be Ryan test, right? So many Ryan tests. I think it's this guy. Let me double check. Forgot it is. It should be this one. Hopefully it's not wrong. Okay, so this one would be the Stripe account. 104050. Amount $250. Special general ledger. Let's use E. Okay. So now the amount again, and the sales order. It's which one? Control I think it's 1424 item 1. It's not in the database. Maybe so which one we're talking about? Sales order. Solo orders. 5901424. Control C. Hit here. Yeah. So now we we don't want to maintain that much. We just want to do 250, right? That's it. Okay. And put in the sales document number and item number 1 over there, and let's post. So now we have document 140035 posted under company 2100. We will go to the next one is this one called manage customer line items to check, the report, like the one Lily you mentioned, customer line item, manage customer line items. Okay. All right, so let's put the customer number here. It's called 2035118. So special general ledger transaction. If you do no more plus this one, oh, sorry, the date is not right. Let's put it end of August. Click on go. Okay, so the one we just post together shows up here. It has $250 I guess credit on the customer account at this moment. We haven't done invoice yet. So that's why, sorry, can you speak to that? So the sales order one didn't show up here yet?
Yeah, so because this is the, you wanted to have to pull out the sales order number in the layout, or?
Do we have a sales order layout here?
Yeah, so click the circle here. Click the circle. No.
Which one?
Uh,
This one. Oh, okay, this one.
yeah, sales order.
Sales document is up.
Yeah. You have that?
Yeah, we have a sales document.
Okay. And then,
Do we need to turn on some other stuff?
no. So you wanted to show in the document, or you wanted to show in the, because if you scroll a little bit to the right, the
Sales document shows up here. Yeah. I think Lily means the overall outstanding balance. So 250 is there here, but because we haven't billed them yet. So is that the reason the current due didn't show? Right?
Yeah, understand. So because we didn't post the bill yet, so maybe the total billing amount is not showing here. But somehow we need somewhere to be able to show us the outstanding sales order balance, no matter where it is, but we got to somewhere to show us that number, right?
Mm-hmm. The sales outstanding balance. So yeah, per transaction we can drill down, but the report, I think gonna be a little bit tricky. I checked it's not purely on sales end. It has to be integration with the finance. Maybe I'm not sure. That could be something we give to offshore to see if they can customize one. I definitely can check with her again. Yeah, but like as a report, if we need to provide all the outstanding balance, it may need some further development.
So and that's in this specific report?
It doesn't show, like Lily said, because we haven't done the invoice yet. So this is only the down payment outstanding. It doesn't have the invoice, the full invoice amount comes into here yet.
So well, basically, under each stage of the invoice, we need to say, say the customer call us and say how much I need to pay you, right? So we need to say for that customer how much outstanding balance they need to pay for that sales order.
Okay. Okay, I'll capture it and we can go from there. So basically, this one doesn't show the invoice total or the amount outstanding.
Doesn't show the outstanding balance of the sales order.
Okay.
Yeah, so from where I show you, Lily, that's the SAP recommended path. Because you drill down, you see how much they already paid, right? It's all on the same dashboard. For now, I think you can use that one. I know it may not be that convenient because it's not a report, but if a customer call you, you usually need to grab the sales order number, and you definitely can go there and check how much they already paid, right? And how much, well, of course, your sales order have amount. And that's the outstanding for sure, and that's the most accurate place, to be honest, because sometimes the report, they go to different table and grab information. If we customize it, there might be some little bit inaccuracy. SAP never goes wrong. It's a standard function. You drill down, it has to be accurate. I would say use it for workaround for now, for sure. But definitely that's something Will can label it, and we can talk with our developer offline.
Okay, one thing is, could you show me the entry here, the general entry here for the down payment?
So we come here and do we display way, right? Display journal entries.
Okay.
This is under E.
Okay.
Let's
So
go.
we just confirm the other side, like the service charge for the Stripe account. We need to do that when we do the bank reconciliation.
Wei, can you please answer that question?
So when we got the EBS coming, confirmed we got the money from the Stripe. It hit the Stripe account in our bank side. So we will do the down payment against the Stripe account. I think this step is after our EBS coming.
Yeah, EBS coming, but it's going to be a different amount because they're going to charge us a service charge. See,
yeah, it's just gonna be journal entry in the Stripe account for every transaction. There's 755. I just have to book that in a general journal, and then the net amount that gets transferred to the main bank account. So that's just another GL for the transfer that probably can be booked through the bank reconciliation. But the bank charge itself, because it's deducted from Stripe account and not the main bank account.
Yeah, and another thing, Yin, so the deposit will be in the AR account as a credit balance.
I know.
Then we probably need to do reclassification.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if we go back to the slide, we just did down payment process under special general ledger E. Do we need to do a transfer from E to A here, And you can
secondly, Nicole.
Yeah.
So as you told us, we'd better drill down the sales order and find out how much the customer paid. So basically, we drill that down and find out how much customer paid. Then we do calculation by ourselves and see how much outstanding. Right.
Let's have a look because we did
down payment. And when I look at that drill down, it's not that straightforward. It didn't tell me it's a payment. How about we have an adjustment in that account?
Adjustment. So this is the sales, and no data available here for the GL document flow. Is that because it's a E, it's not an A, so it didn't show up here? Wait.
Yeah. So if that's the case, there's another issue, right?
I think. Oh well, let's park it. This is the document flow I found SAP gave. It's quite nice, but still, I'm not an FI expert. I really guessing. I think the ones I found it really has something is coming because it's A is for sure your down pay. But let's keep testing because we only processed it as E, right? Which is a temporary like a placeholder. We think we got the reservation fee. So how do we transfer it to A here?
So you just run the could you search the app called Post Customer Down Payment? Still the
Still this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And they put the document date here.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry. My bad. Should go to select another app called Post with Clearing.
Post
with Clearing.
With
Clearing.
This one.
Yeah. And put the document date. And then you probably put some document header text called transfer E to A in the text field. Yeah, documented tax, yeah, here, yeah.
Document number would be what?
Documented tax field. Yeah, here. Yeah. You off there, yeah. Transfer into me. Yeah.
Your
And
document number would be what? Do you enter it or
no,
not?
no, this is
Okay.
generator.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then in the select the last option, transfer posting with the clearing.
Okay.
And then it goes to, if you scroll down a little bit, yeah. So put the posting key 19.
Okay.
And the account that your customer account is 2035118.
203. Oh, this one 35118. Okay.
And then put the special indicated A here.
Oh, we choose A here. Okay.
Yeah. And then to the next screen, we properly enter.
Okay.
And click the choose open item. Not here, not here. Choose open item in the up. A little bit to the, yeah, this one. Choose, yeah, click that button. Oh.
I already chose.
Oh, okay. Maybe to the 250 in the amount here. Yeah.
250. Okay.
And then click the choose button. Yeah. And in this screen, you put the account again. The account 2035118. 35118. And put the account type of D, not S. This here is D.
Okay, question here. So this process, will you guys put it in the training documents? Then when we do the work, we can refer back step by step how to do it in the system.
Yeah, we already did one. She sent us this before I did the testing with it. I think all the steps are there already.
Okay.
I have it.
Awesome. Yeah, and plus this is a recorded session, so you can always replay this part.
And put the special indicated E here.
Here, right? E.
Yeah, and untick the normal item. Untick the normal item. Yeah. So now you can enter.
Post?
No, enter.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you can see that that the item you already selected, and now you can proceed.
Okay. Item 1 selected is this this one we just post together under special general ledger E. Now we are transferring it from E to A. We can post it. Okay?
Yeah.
Post it. So it's another one, document 1003, posted in company code. Now, just for our, curiosity, customer line items. Now, if you check this tile again, manage customer line items, and we pick normal items plus general ledger, and for that customer 2035118, which is right past. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, this one is old again. So you have 1E, 1A, and I believe this A and E happen at the same time. So this E back out the first E, right? So basically you have A.
Yeah. So Nicole, you can see the icon, the third one,
yeah, clear. This one is
only A is red, so that is open.
Awesome. I now learned so much finance. Okay. So yeah, again, you still have a $250 credit outstanding on the customer. It's just now the general entry is switched. It's not under E, it's now A. Just for another curiosity we had here, if we go to our manage sales order. Okay, this tile, and check our solo one. Go back to that 1424 display workflow. Oh, it still didn't show up here, Wei. So maybe SAP had some trick under certain situation. It shows up your journal entry, maybe at the time of invoice. But anyway, I think Lily's ask is valid. Let's take that offline and see if we can find a report or maybe develop a report for that outstanding thing. You don't say anything from finance end, right? Because from SC end, I don't say anything either. Okay, let's give a try on this sales volume report. Maybe at this particular timing, because Lydia, I know you are looking for it. Okay, so this sales volume report, I really want to introduce at the very end of this training session, because I think you, of course, want to run a whole bunch of reports on the finance end. But since you ask a question, this one may carry the answer or may not. Let's give a try at this time, because you have sales order cut, you have down payment processed, right? So let's see what's gonna happen with this sales order. Let me check. Oh my gosh, this one is pretty show additional. Oh, had been a while. It's called the sales volume. Okay, so you can see I do have so I do have available fields here. Available fields is everything available in the system database, right? Yeah, so if I'm interested with something, I can just either click on row or column, and this column means this icon means if I click on this one, it will add the related information billing document number to the rows of this report. You see, I already have sales document in this report. Now I want to see, okay, by sales document, let's do a filter, select a filter value, and put the filter value is 5901424, which is our sales document number. Okay, now click on OK. So system will try to Will, can you please record this one as something, maybe give to Mushir?
Okay, and so this is for the sales volume.
Yeah.
Can you just click on the warning message so I can get a screenshot of it?
Yeah, interesting. It's not really. So it's a warning. Usually it shouldn't, stop us. Can you take a screenshot?
I've got it captured as a screenshot here, and we'll log it as a defect as well.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's keep coming up, so we cannot really see the output of the report. So it's really annoying. If I click on the filter and delay the filter.
So Nicole, is this a standard report of SAP?
Yeah, it is. It's a very powerful called sales volume plus flags analysis. You can see pretty much like I show you, Lily, if you on this navigation panel, you have so many available figures you want to catch up or monitor, right? By division, by sales office, by sold to party, even bill to party. Whatever you are interested with, you can either pull it on the column or pull it on the row. However, it's a report. If you really pull some very detailed information to the row or column, it can be very time consuming. You know what I mean? It's gonna be not that efficient. So when you try to follow up this kind of information, yeah, just try to be on the reasonable side. Don't challenge the system. Say, hey, what if I pull all the material group? We don't even define material group for our materials here, right? So there's no point to turn on this stuff for sure. Yeah, so many people gonna use this report. Of course, I think Profit Center might be a good one. If you put it on the column, system will try to grab it for you. So if you go down, you see your report is pretty big because a lot of information, right? Yeah, so we just pull in Profit Center. It may already show up somewhere. It's just you know, the good thing is if you feel SAP is the screen is too small, you can hide a certain panel. Just click on this one, so you are more focusing on the data side, and you can export to, you know, Excel or PDF. So it's easier for you to do the local process. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of zero stuff here. I will double check. Maybe this one can give us something like outstanding, but because it's more on sales end, I'm not sure the general ledger we just made, those 250 under A will show up here. I'm pretty confident as long as it shows up on the sales end, it will be captured by the report. But because that's a general ledger one, let me double check. Yeah, so that's the sales volume, but unfortunately we couldn't really display that particular sales order here. We ran into a warning. Let's carry on with
Yeah, I'm trying to get the tile in my system for the
Okay.
sales volume, and I couldn't get in there. Yeah, the tile didn't take me. The system have that selection for the tile, but when I click, it doesn't comes up.
Oh, you mean you can find it, right? But
Yeah,
you cannot-
but when I click, it's not there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So sales volume, if you check this one, so this is what usually I do. System lists a whole bunch of sales volume for you.
Yeah.
Because
I
we
have
have
this. Yeah, I
volume
don't
from
have this. I got an error message.
exactly. So this is the one I'm demonstrating, flexible analysis. So it's more like a business warehouse, like a BW report or intelligence report. Those ones are SAP like a dashboard. Yeah, definitely you can analysis your volume by profit margin, or even you want to check your credit memo volume, right? You can also do that. More particular, this one is like an overall, gives you way more key figures to analysis. Yeah.
So you guys will check, right? Give us access to that tile.
Of course, yeah. Well, can you please record that? Yeah, this
Yes.
these ones should be always available. Okay. Next one, we processed it under General Ledger A, and now it's our billing transactions. We done payment, right? Of course, you need an outstanding, balance report, which is on our radar. Now let's really focus on the billing transactions. Billing transactions. Let me close a whole bunch of stuff. It's so annoying. Okay, manage customer. Okay, let's go to SAP dashboard. So there is you either can search the tile, or you can, if you see a group called a billing document, so you come to here. So there are two tiles I want to introduce. The first one is called create billing documents. And it has here, you see you have create billing documents. We have 04 here. Do not use this one. Use this one, create billing documents, billing due list items. So this is, this is the old SAP transaction. This is the new Fiori transaction. So let's use the new generation T codes. Billing due list item. Click on this one. This one always give you, it's on the recording, right? Billing document, billing due list. This one is the dashboard. Always give you what are the live numbers of, your billing due list, like a 980 ready for you to process. So basically they are due, right? And I'm not sure from your end, Lily, you really wanna run the billing more manually, or maybe after 2 months or 3 months after go live, you feel the billing are more stabilized, you wanted being processed by a batch job in the end, in the night. Maybe for go live, let's just monitor it like this way. I'm trying to show you in a more manual way, because this would be the dashboard, the tile, you manage them. So from here, like I showed you before, you can adapt filters, filter out what are the conditions you want to set up, right? So here you can save those conditions as a fleet sales invoice, or part sales invoice, or repair, or solo, right? So you have different pools because you are the centralized, the team to manage everybody's invoice. So by doing this different criteria, it will help your team, segregate between the business area who are at where. So let's use the fleet sales as example. Fleet, we don't have that many data. Maybe let's use solo. Okay, so solo as an example. You can see billing block even shows up here, right? So this billing date is due. That's why it shows on the dashboard. So these numbers all contribute to that 980 number. However, they are due. But
so Nicole, where do we get those billing date? Is that from the sales order?
Yes, from the sales order. So sales team even can put their best forecast number there, say, hey, billing date would be end of October, but it's all changeable from sales order. Or your team, remember you have the manage sales order tile, right? I think it's fair if your team say a lot of things do manage.
No, those due date, because the billing date should in line with the delivery date.
Yeah, so if delivery team can update that for you and make it very accurate, that would be awesome. We will definitely also train them as well. But right now you can see this sales order, if they come to here, the billing date is at here.
So what you are saying is a billing date only can be changed from sales order. When we do billing, we are not be able to change the billing date. Are we?
I mean, doesn't so the billing date is really an instruction date. Doesn't mean this billing date sits in the past. You cannot bill it. Doesn't mean that, because the system allow you have different billing date on sales order versus the real invoice, right? Because it's like this is the suggest billing date based on sales order. However, you're not able to achieve that. It's not a big deal. You probably finally ended up billing this customer this sales order October 16th. So that's the billing date captured on the invoice. This is the billing date captured on the sales order. So I would say it's okay.
Okay, what you are saying is we don't need to care about this billing date. After we generate the bill, it's going to provide us another billing date.
Yes, you're right. So that would be a billing posting date or billing creation date on the invoice itself. This is so when you haven't processed any invoice yet, the billing date is only having the source from, it's only created from the sales order, right?
Okay, it's a reference date.
Exactly. It is. Yeah, it is. Okay. So if you look at this, what this tells you, this basically tell you, okay, a whole bunch of sales orders are due. Looks like their billing data sits in the past. However, they still have billing block. So basically, this means you haven't received the full payment. Of course, that's why it's still blocked for billing, right? And you may not have it delivered yet. Yeah, of course, that's why the billing block is still there. So this is the reality. You just let it sit here. Of course, you want to bill those ones are truly having billing block, empty, right? So it's ready for you to bill. So you can see empty. Okay, billing block empty. Let's see, do we have any? Oh yeah, we do have 2. So this means billing block is empty, which is truly it's good for bill. And does it due? Yeah, it is due. Sales team said you can even bill them July 1st. Apparently, it's already overdue. So let's
Hey, Nicole, here, could we see the delivery block from here? Because we need to bill based on the delivery block, right?
So you can see the delivery block here on the manage sales order, right? If we're so Lily, your team basically think about all these tiles are all the time your tools to help you find out the truth of the system without you need to call someone, like call Brian, say, hey, have you shipped it or not? Because that's why we keep telling different team, hey, be accurate. If you are removing delivery block, that means this sales order is going to be delivered shortly, right? It's truly good to go. So people, of course, won't on purpose damage the system. I mean, we can definitely have a look because I put in the filter there. That's why right now, if you click on this one, it doesn't give you. So let me remove the filter. Let's see, close it, restore. Okay. So billing settings or whatever, a solo sales order. Let's click on go. Oh, I shouldn't click on restore. Okay. So I have billing block. Do I have delivery block? Because this is called a billing due list. I don't think you have delivery block. If you really, really want to see the delivery block at this moment, you
we need to check the managed sales order first.
Yeah, right? You need either drill down to this sales order, display the sales order, and see delivery block is right over here, which means it's not removed. But
so in this case, we couldn't bill customer.
Yeah, but based on the process, you don't worry. If it's blocked for delivery, it has to block for billing, right? So which means if it's blocked for billing, then yeah, delivery block. Gotcha. So what you are trying to see is they remove delivery block, and you should be able to remove billing block, and that should happen at here, manage sales order, because both blocks are sitting on here. So if they somehow remove the delivery block and your billing block is supposed to be removed after you see delivery block is empty, right? So when you come here, say billing block is already empty, it's pretty safe because you will only remove it when delivery block is removed. So pretty much what I'm saying, Lily, if you see delivery block, billing block is empty, you're good to go. You're good to bill it because delivery block has to be removed already. You see what I mean?
I know what you mean, but when I look at this example, it's just a bad example.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, this one not that bad. Delivery block is empty. Okay. Yeah, where did my billing block go? Let me put the filter again. So if you want to put the filter empty, okay. Let's bill it, okay? So we demonstrated many times. If you want to bill a particular sales document and you think it's good to go, select it, create billing documents.
Yeah, one thing here, Nico, is how could we find out the delivery date? Because we need to use that date for billing.
Lily, you will need, system is proposing, the billing date from the sales order. So if delivery date is updated by the delivery, the billing date is.
No, let me tell you this way, Nicole. So the system basically going to do two different entries. When they do delivery, the system is going to generate entries for cost of goods sold. And when we do billing, we are going to generate entries to recognize revenue. So SAP generate the entries for cost of goods sold and income separately, right? To be able to match your revenue with your cost of goods sold, we definitely would like to put the date on the same date. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
otherwise we're probably going to have a matching issue, especially if it's the end of the period.
Manage billing document sales date. So who's gonna do that? Your team will check that and do that?
I believe it's delivery team. That's going to happen in the vehicle management system. When they do delivery, I believe there's a step which is going to generate the entry for cost of goods sold.
So I'm afraid this is the problem, Lily. So you can ignore this one. This one is not a good example because we're just using whatever available data in the testing system. But this this question you just brought up actually worried me a bit, concerned me a bit, because remember last week when we have Brian and Rodrigo's team online, I don't think we talked about this. So this wasn't brought up over there. So their team may not know this requirement from you.
Oh, they know that. So I think that one is in the vehicle replenishment. When they deliver the car, they have a step they need to do in the system for the vehicle management system.
So they will do that. And will that date come into the billing date though?
Okay, I think that data we probably can check in the vehicle management system.
Yeah, because I know they deliver the vehicle from VMS directly, but when they update that date, so again, from my end, Lily, you see this billing date, right? It's completely copied from the sales order at this moment.
Yeah, so that's the issue here because SAP, the way it is, they generate the income and the cost by separate entry, and they are not trigger each other. So that's a problem because Fred for the parts billing, he even didn't realize that. He think when you do the sales, the system is going to trigger the cost, but actually it's not the case. So that's why I'm asking for those dates. You know what I mean? I don't want to cost recognized in one period, and your revenue will be recognized in the other period since the date.
Understood. But we are very relying on them, operation team, to tell us truly on which date they let the car go, right? In that case. So that to me, I think is a step they need to accomplish from their end when they do the delivery. If VMS system doesn't update this billing date, then someone from their team has to go to the sales order and change the billing date to the real delivery date, right? So in that case, when you bill it, this billing date will be copied from the updated sales order to your side. Then you are not misled by this old billing date, right? This is by the time of the sales order being placed, that's their best guess. But however, may not reflect the real situation. The real situation is the delivery may leave the warehouse August 1st. In that case, someone has to tell you it's now billing date is supposed to be August 1st. And then you can bill it. And then it will be created August 1st, right? So that's a step. Will, can you please write it down? Then we may need to circulate back with the delivery team. If they couldn't make that happen in VMS, they will do it, as a following step after the delivery.
And so, sorry, which step would they be doing either during or after the delivery?
After delivery, they have to update the billing date to the real revenue recognition date, like Lily said.
Okay.
I would say same as the delivery date happening the same month, right, Lily?
Yeah, most likely, using the same date, because currently we are saying we recognize the revenue per delivery of the car. Yeah, we can use the same date.
And sorry, that's for the delivery date, the billing date?
Basically, after they deliver the car from BMS, since BMS is not collected with this billing system, so there should be a step. Somebody need to update that billing date in sales order to in line with the delivery date.
Okay. Gotcha. I'll log that, taking a note of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a process we need to remember.
Right. So when we created the sales or the invoice, it just had a temporary number. So when we click on save, it really gave us a real sales document number. Click on OK. You see, we are still in the creation mode of it. It always have a pricing error. To be honest, I don't think that's a real error. If I look at this one, for this one, the pricing could be the tax right now give us a little bit glitch, but for production you don't need to worry about it. It would be okay. So the tax is truly because the data for this particular customer, it may not have the right address in the system yet. So that's why system cannot really find which county or country tax it should give. But other than that, I would say.
So is it possible to change the address?
At this moment, we usually don't, because could be the bad data. We usually ask the delivery team to update the BP address at the time they call the customer. So basically, it should happen at here, really. If they need to update the BP, they will do it here. And when they do the pricing of the invoice, it already carries the right tax.
Okay.
Yeah, the sales order should already carry the right tax, not until we do the billing. So our billing is purely a synchronization of a sales price. Okay, so now let's, at this moment, you can either cancel the billing documents or post the billing documents, okay? Let's post it. It's been saved, okay? So now, I think it's just...
Why it says no journal entry?
Yeah, I believe it's because of the tax. Let's find a different one, maybe. Well, this one better. Yeah, see, if you click on show to a party, there are a whole bunch of good links. You can, check customer. Oh, let's see, display customer balance. This one doesn't have a customer balance. Do we have a good one for customer balance? This is our... Let's display customer balance. So you have this. This $250 shows as a special general ledger, but doesn't show as balance yet because we don't have invoice for this sales order. And this is sold to party, I believe, if we display customer master, do we have a good address? It's a little slow. Oh, no data found. That this is nothing. Let me check this one. So, I believe if I check by a particular customer, this one, does this guy have something? And this guy had something. Let's remove one of these billing block. Oh. Which one would be good one? Let's use this guy as an example. Manage sales order. So what I do, Lily, is I will clear the billing block for this one. Hopefully this one had so billing block removed. And now let's try to bill it, okay? I know ideally you shouldn't do these steps together. You should actually, because when you remove billing block, you certainly see delivery block is removed first, then you remove it, right? Sorry, I didn't follow that process. This is the just for testing purpose. But once we remove the delivery billing block, we can create the billing on this guy. So hopefully this one had a better address and it doesn't give us so much pain. And let's yeah, it does have a great address. Okay, let's save it. So billing document saved. Let's post it. Okay, billing document posted. As long as the customer have a great address, tax didn't give us pain, then we are able to process the posting right away. So you can see posted on today's date as well. So it's on the same billing date. Yeah. So as long as the billing date is updated right, you won't go wrong. And this is your general entry posting. You do have different level of tax. And remember, one source should give you the report at which level, which tax rate got applied. Okay. Of course, if you, this is just how to create the billing document at this moment. We do have another, where are we at? So yeah, so we do have other divisions we talked about for we equal sales. We just use a solo in sales order as an example. If you switch to fleet, here are all your fleet sales orders ready for you to process the billing as well. And these are your repair sales orders, okay? And it's almost same thing. So from your end, basically you just do the exactly same thing, create billing document, go through those different screens. As long as tax is up, the customer had the right address, you don't need to worry about the tax determination. Well, in production, it should work like that. It's just a different branch for you to monitor. It's easier. It's just my understanding. It's way more easier. If you have credit memo, which you have to do the refund, you create something like this, and your credit memo shows up here. You can process as well, because you finally will issue a credit memo against those credit memo requests, right? Basically, it will lead to the refund. You see the billing data. It's also flowing from the credit memo request. Any questions before we leave this tile? All right.
So can you create an invoice without a sales order of any
No,
kind?
you don't. Yeah. So from SD end, invoice is mandatory, like requiring reference document. It either has to be a regular sales order, which you will issue a normal invoice, or it has to be a debit memo request. You will issue a refund.
So we
you
have a sublease, sublease tenant who we invoice them every month for like the sublease. How do we do that invoice? So we go create a sales order every month.
That one would be a finance invoice, I think, directly.
Oh, okay. So we can do finance invoice without sales order.
It doesn't really come through a sales, because you don't have sales team really manage that for you, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really need. Yeah. So pretty much those are the pools, the major, sales document pools you are managing.
So is there a function for finance invoice?
Oh yeah, definitely. There is.
Is a course like one of the training course covers that?
We do have it covered on your end.
Sure, and we will add the this invoice created in the FI module in our ER system.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Right. Let's use the next tile, which is called manage billing documents. So it's similar to manage your sales order. However, it's manage your billing documents. So if we are using the exact same social party, is called run test 2. Sorry, not here. Run test 2. Where I don't see it. I think there is run test 2. Forget it's this guy. Control-C. This one. So if I use this through party, you can see the billing documents we just processed shows up here, right? I believe it's the very last one completed. So from here, if you want to cancel, you cancel, and you don't see post because it's all posted, right? It's all completed. If it's something hasn't been posted yet, then you will see this one is available for you to post as well. But usually, because you do the 2-step almost on the same one, so it in theory it should be already posted. So let's see next one. How do we cancel an invoice? So let's skip the credit memo request for now. We'll come back to show you that, because cancel invoice is way more straightforward. Let's do the cancel first, topic 5. So we'll come back to topic 4. So cancel is pretty straightforward. Just select it, click on cancel. Okay. So sales selected billing document will be canceled. Click OK. All right. So you see, 51 is created immediately, but it has different billing type. Is S1, right? And its status is completed. And your F2, which one had been canceled, is your original invoice, which is your F2 invoice type. And this one has the status canceled. What does that mean? That means everything tied with this document, the sales document, is open for you to rebill again because you canceled it. Maybe it's because, oh, sorry, the billing date is wrong. So in that case, someone will go back to this sales order, change sales order. Okay, so if you display the document flow, you can see we canceled it, right? 51 canceled 50. Now you want to change the sales order. Maybe let's change the billing date to today. See, it's too early and we want to change it to August 16. And someone, well, to be honest, Lily, you considering about having this option on your end, if you could figure out the delivery date, because it's all here, right? It's easy for your billing clerk just to do this change. And
so
then,
when we do billing, we'll be able to make the change, right?
of course, yes. You just
That's good. If
you
we can
have it on the sales order dashboard and you have the access, just do it rather than you call people to do it for you, right? Yeah. Okay.
You mean this can be changed from sales order side, or we can change from billing side?
Well, you do have access to the sales order.
Yeah.
Change from here is way easier. See, if you changed it and you come back to the same SOTO party, line test 2. Why that test 2 didn't show up? That's 2033038. 2033038. Okay. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have repairs. It's called solo. So this one is open, right? And the billing block removed, still removed because you just backed out. And now if you see the billing date is exactly today's date because someone updated. So just to update yourself, I think it's way easier. If you, well, you see if you can update it from here, I think you still can. So if you see the billing data is sitting in the back like this one, just go from here and more links, change sales order. You can have it here as well. You don't need to go back to manage sales order. Just sit on the same one and change sales order, go to the billing block, billing document, change it, see? And then save it, okay? Once you come back, you will have a new billing date. Making sense?
Yeah, that's an option. Yeah.
Okay, so create billing documents. Now, if you redo it, you can see the billing date and billing type, and everything is here, right? So yeah, if you want to save it, you can post it. Yeah, so basically I just demonstrated. If anything goes wrong with your invoice, cancel it and update the sales order, because usually a lot of key information. For example, oh, I billed it. However, the customer say, oh, sorry, the invoice carries the wrong pricing. So what you do, you cancel it, and then your sales order is open up, right? You go there, update the pricing on the sales order. Just now we updated billing date. You can also update pricing, right? You can even update Incoterm. You can update a lot of things. Well, I couldn't see all these updates should be done by your team, but I mean, if something unfortunately happens, the customer say, hey, you have to issue me a corrected invoices, then the normal process is you cancel it. You backed out the invoice, and then sales order is open for editing, right? Either your team or Brian's team will go there, update the information the customer wants. Say, hey, I want a new price, or I want a new Incoterm, or I want a new, payment term, or whatever. They will ask tons of things, right? Then update the sales order, come here, redo the invoice. The new invoice will carry what they want, okay? Yeah, you can post again. All right, so now you post it. See, everything is changed out here. So you do the first invoice, got canceled, then you do another round of invoice, and you didn't cancel the second round of invoice. So your general entry is on the second invoice. So this is a good one. And this general entry is back out by the cancellations general entry. Okay.
Okay, so this one didn't show the. I think we did the 250 down payment, so that's the one not showing, right?
Maybe the 250 we didn't do for this guy. We did it for a different number. Yeah. Do we still have that number? Do you still remember which one we did?
Is that 5901424?
Hey, 424. I don't think we did it for. Is that the right one? If we go to manage customer line items. Let's see. We did it pretty much today, right? It's so slow. We did for. You're right. We did for this guy 5901424.
Yes, so originally we did it for the second item 35, and then we will E to A, so that will be the to the number we just look at.
Yeah, the problem I couldn't bill this guy is unfortunate. The address for this guy is not good, so my tax will run into error for sure. So, how about this one? Do we have this one? Let me quickly check if this one have tax on it. Okay, this one wasn't bad. So this one had 250. Let's try to see if this guy is still open for billing.
Okay. So Nicole, if everything goes well, we should be able to say that the 250 as part of that document flow, right?
That's a really good question. Let me double check. You know what I'm actually worrying about is this one may already have a billing document. That's why it doesn't show up here. So it doesn't show on your billing due list because maybe you already have an invoice. So how do we figure that out is we'll come here and go to the sales order. Let's just go to the manage sales order. Manage sales order. And go there. Put it here. Yeah. So if we check the document, we do have invoice and we do have pro forma and we do have those 250. Yeah. Now it shows up, eh? The 250 now shows up here. Oh, no, it's different. 59948. This is the one where you want to check this one, right, Lily? 1424.
Just want to have an answer to say if we are going to show the document flow for that 250.
Yeah, I don't think it's here, to be honest. We made the $250 for this guy together. It shows up here, right? Under A. And yeah.
It's not going to show in the document flow, what you're telling me?
It didn't show under document flow, yeah.
Does it supposed to show?
We haven't done these guys, invoice yet. So maybe the invoice will trigger it.
And I understand we do the pro forma invoices because we want to make the full payment, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So if we did the pro forma invoice, if we made the full payment, so will that show up in the document flow as well?
So for this guy, we only process the down pay. We haven't done pro forma. We haven't done the real invoice yet. Do we have time for processing all of that?
Let's keep going. This is just a question for you, because you are telling me we're supposed to say what's the document flow from that, from SAP.
Yeah. Okay. So today, let's focus on these particular transactions because we create the billing documents. We cancel the billing documents. However, I think your question, Lily, is more from process perspective. At certain point, which report I run, or which transaction do I run to figure out, okay, have the updated customer balance? Have I, see the updated status, right? So we will catch up that later on. So let's focus on these training transactions. So we just demonstrate cancellation. Let's go back to topic 4, which is create our credit memo. You have 2 types of credit memo, of course. Adjustment. One is the credit memo, one is debit memo. But again, use this only when you have to, because this is a more complex session than cancel the invoice. So when you will need to do a credit memo or debit memo, in my understanding is, correct me if I'm wrong, you already get the full amount from the customer, right? And now they're not happy, of course. So that's why they come to complain, say, hey, I want to do a credit memo request because blah 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 blah. The something is wrong with my car. So can you give me refund? Or of course, the debit memo would be, oh, you didn't pay me enough. I want to give you another round of invoice. It's more like a debit, right? Request. So I would say, if you see something like this, they want to argue with the price or argue with the invoice, always try cancel the invoice if you can. But sometimes you cannot cancel it, right? Only do this if you cannot cancel the invoice.
So what is the situation we couldn't cancel the invoice? Is that if the period has been closed, things like that, or anything else?
Yeah, I think you just said a valid reason. If let's say this period already closed, or this is an invoice that we billed a half year ago, it's just not reasonable for us to cancel it, right? It's too old, or if it's quite fresh, just cancel it, right? And then rebill it. And but if it's like a really obsolete invoice, then they still argue with the price. You have to start from scratch like this, okay? So again, this one hopefully wouldn't happen a lot, but if it truly happens, you do have a solution in the system, you can use it. So what it will do is you have to always create a risk reference, which is your initial invoice. They cannot just come blindly say, hey, can you give me some credit? No way you will do that, right? So there has to be a valid document for you to refer which transaction is wrong. So they will give you the invoice, like, on this invoice, I'm not happy. Okay, so what you will do is, let's use an example. It's here. It's in your SAP. You see credit memo request, debit memo request. So of course you can even search for this one, manage credit memo request. Yeah, or manage debit request, but it's the same thing. So click on this one. So it's similar to manage a sales order. However, SAP really segregate the pools for you. It's only credit memo. And if you want to see debit memo, it's only debit memo. Okay. So come here. If you, well, now you can even check how many outstanding credit memos are there. There are 3, right? If you want to create a brand new, let's say they give you a brand new sales invoice and say, hey, this one, maybe you issue me half a year ago, I want to request credit memo. What you will do is you click on this one, create sales documents, and you will see it belongs to which distribution channel. It's a fleet invoice goes wrong, or it's a solo invoice goes wrong, or it's even a repair. So you will create with reference. Let's use fleet as an example. So 9000, I would say 45. If they give me this number, I'll use it, put it here. So now click on copy. So credit memo already exists for item blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I probably already create a credit memo for this one, but system will give me a reminder anyway. Of course, this is a big deal, right? From the very beginning, you see this is how much you bill the customer. Now they are asking for credit memo. So on the credit memo request itself, you probably will say, forget about it. I won't give you, of course, full amount because you order a lot, right? Maybe each of this car, I gonna give you $100. So turned out to be 2,600. That's it. So you see the related, oh, sorry, I put in a unit price, which is not right. I'll say 100. For each of them, I'll give you 100. And for this customer fitting or whatever, of course, forget about it. That's how we price it initially. At this refund stage, that's just the $26 in total. That's it. So you will give this to them. You see the address is determining the related tax rate for you as well. So now if you say, okay, I want to save it, this is how much I would like to give you the refund. You see, system is asking you to give a reason why you need a refund to them. Maybe let's say to pricing. Okay. Once you put the order reason there and go back and save. So this credit memo is saved. Okay. So now if you go back again, you see the latest credit memo is showing up here and it has a status open. Open pretty much mean, yeah, you refer to this initial invoice and create another credit memo request. However, you haven't really billed the customer on this request. This is just 2,600. You agreed to give back, but you haven't really billed them yet. With the bill invoice, you can really run the related payment, issue them the credit, right? So this one, of course, you can see, do you have billing block or not? I didn't really give you billing block because I think nobody will on purpose create credit memos, right? It's truly requested by the customer, then you will come here. And if you create the credit memo request, you can go to your related billing due list to process them. Go to here, right? So I do have one called credit memo request. Click on go. See, this O3 shows up on both ends. It's similar to sales order. It shows on manage credit memo request, and it also shows on the create billing documents due list, but under credit memo request. So how do you turn it on? You just select credit memo request or debit memo request, okay? And you will be able to segregate it with different normal invoice. So select this guy, And create billing documents. It's very straightforward. Well, carry today's billing date because we just created the credit memo request today, right? And we agreed to return 2,600 in total, so 100 per each back. And yeah, this is the credit memo we're gonna issue to them. Let's save it. And you see billing document saved, and let's post it. All right, so you have your journal entry. So pretty much you back out everything on your sales side. It's you know, opposite or offset of your revenue account. Okay, and so far, any questions? That's how you process a credit memo. And on the slide, we covered topic 4 and topic 5, cancellation, right? Always use cancellation the first. If you truly cannot address it with a cancellation, then use a credit memo request. Okay? Yeah. So the very last end is the report. However, we already spent time on the sales volume flexible analysis, you know, which I think we still need to take it offline to figure out the outstanding balance, because it doesn't get covered by this one, or maybe it will be covered, but we have a warning message over there. We cannot really see it. So the rest of the reports are the ones I already demonstrated, Lily. It's a manage sales order, of course, a manage even credit memo request, right? And the manage billing document. This is the centralized pool for everything, including your credit memo request and invoice, right? It's all here. It's just to create billing documents. On the sales order side, I think SAP even segregated. So 3 different titles: sales order, credit memo request, debit memo request. And we talked about the managed customer line items as well. Any questions?
So the sales volume report, there's a defect, right? So currently we couldn't run.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a defect. We cannot really show particular sales order. Well, we need to figure out why that warning message is there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And last not least, I would like to share this track sales order status. However, let's see. Let's just have a look. I'm not sure will you feel like it or not, but I want to introduce you to this tile. So you see, I didn't even create any criteria here. I want to leave it to you to justify you want to use it or not. Because the other day, I think you mentioned, oh, how do I track a particular customer? Like I need to know branch team manage the delivery properly. I manage the invoice or, you know, pro forma invoice, blah, blah, blah. So let's use that sales order as an example. The one we just, is there any good ones? Okay, let me just run it blindly. Okay, so if you look at this document, this track, this dashboard, I think it's beneficial. You may not use it, but if you run any situation, you cannot find the sales team, and it's good for you to use this one to understand the real you know, status. So let's see this status. Okay, if you click on any of the line, it will bring you to next screen, right? But this basically tells you there's action overdue. What kind of action? You can even see, oh, it's order processing action overdue, or it's a delivery overdue, right? Or invoicing overdue. However, if you see a green mark, basically this tells you delivery is completed, invoice is overdue, order processing is overdue. Well, this might be a glitch of data. How come delivery is there, but order is, it could be your invoice is not good because delivery is there already, right? And right now I didn't segregate. So you see this type of stuff. And 5.9 is basically your solo orders. And if you see something like this, it may be your I think it might be your part orders, 20019. If you take a look, yeah, it is a part order. It's a sales order standard. It is a part order. Yeah. So basically, this kind of status can give you where you are at. If you look at this guy, hey, it's not bad. It has all green label, which means it's done, right? Sometimes if you see delivery is here, but the invoice is not there, which means it's perfect timing for you to check why invoice not processed yet. So basically, this is just a nice to have tile. If you really need help, come here. But otherwise, if everything runs well, you don't really need to come to here, to be honest. Okay, so any questions on our end? So since we have a little bit time, sorry, I think our session should end around 5. We had a little bit time here. I wanna gather the information from the team. I remember it's an open question. We never said after go live, after we bill this customer, how do we inform them this is the invoice? It's including pro forma. Are we supposed to send them email, or are we supposed to, print an invoice from the printer and, physically mail to them? Or are we going to, do something else?
The most important thing we give to retail customer is a vehicle purchase agreement.
Do you really need to issue this kind of invoice? Remember, with a fleet or whatever, we try to give you this. Sorry, bear with me. I don't have a tile for this. Is more technical end, right? So,
Nicole, I just have a question here. So when we bill customer, when the delivery team, when they created the sales order, are they be able to change the price?
Yeah, you change the sales order, you're able to update the price on the sales order.
Oh, I think Lynn said she already communicated with you guys. When they prepare the sales orders, are not supposed to change the sales price for the car.
That sales price for the car is coming from where? From the e-commerce or from? Because you see, here is the thing, right?
You should have a price list, and for the parts as well, right? When they bill customer to sell the parts, they're not supposed to change the sales price for the parts.
Yeah, I mean, when we say you do, because you do have the mechanism to do it. However, should you, or maybe you shouldn't, or
do we have the control in the system that when if they want to change the price, they need to go through certain kind of approval? But when they prepare the sales order for cars and the vehicle and the parts, they are not supposed to change the price we set up in the system.
So you mean,
do we have that control in the system?
Right now, I believe everyone who had access to change sales order, you can change sales order as a whole. Like you don't really need this. We don't really break it down, say, hey, you can only update the billing date on the sales order. However, you cannot touch the pricing. It's more like a business awareness. They update billing date, which is normal. However, they shouldn't update the price. I don't think that that's a hard control or technical control SAP will give us. Basically, we give change order access to your team because you need to update billing date and billing blocks and delivery block. Yeah, and we give that to Brian's team because he has to update something as well. And see, Lily, when you see this sales order should not be updated, especially the price, I really don't think that's the case.
Okay, so we don't have that control in the system, right? How about
No,
for the
not for now.
parts? So the technician for selling the parts to the customers, they can change the price.
Yeah, for the parts, it's the same thing. If you look at this part order, if someone come to here and trying to say, this is the price loaded by SAP, right? However, let's see, this part sales order is done by who? It has to be done by fast team, right? So fast team come here trying to sell this material and selling 2 of them. This is a system price. And of course, fast team can come here saying, hey, I want to change it to 500. I believe they can. Yeah, they can. Yeah, but should they? I don't think we telling people you should do that, right? So that's what I'm saying. There's no technical control in wave 1 for this yet. It's more on business side. You should not update the price if you're not supposed to. But for solo order, it's a different story because you see on this one, we do have this box, right? Call customer to confirm. So when this solo order being received by SAP, you come here and Brian's team gonna call the customer. Customer will say, oh, pending confirmation, pending confirmation. Which color I ordered on e-commerce? They will say, oh yeah, you probably ordered, let's have a look. What color you ordered? You ordered red. Customer will say, no, I changed my mind. I want a black. Okay, so that's exactly where Brian's team has to update it to black. But updated to black, maybe the customer will say, oh, I want to do certain wrapping or blah, blah, blah. He will provide a whole bunch of wrapping instruction. So what Brian's team will do is come here and say, hey, wrapping required, done by supplier, something like that, or whatever, whole bunch of, instructions. Well, when Brian's team confirm these details, will Brian's team not updating the price? I really don't think so. Brian's team may say, hey, yeah, because you requested a wrapping, so I gonna surcharge you. Based on the instruction you gave me, I wanna surcharge you $500. So this is how the sales order in theory or in reality should be updated, right? If the customer say, oh, I give Tesla $1,000 for match, deposit, can you match me? That's where we say, okay, I have to match you because I'll give you as a discount. Okay, does that make sense? So I mean, I didn't really get what you said. This sales order cannot be updated. To me, I think based on this map at this step.
So Nicole, I didn't say cannot be updated. Normally, when you sell stuff to your customers, you have price list set up in the system, right? So you need some authority to change the price list.
Yeah. That list,
right. So that's what I'm asking. For the parts, we have a sales price set up in the system. And for the cars, we have the price list set up in the system. So when we do sales order, say if they want to change the sales price for the parts or for the vehicle, they want to sell to particular customer with discount, right? Change that price to a lower price. It leads authority to do so. It's not like, I just don't change that price. Yeah. That's what I'm asking, right?
Yeah. So you see how I, manipulated the pricing on this particular one. I think what I just did may still happen. Of course, I didn't adjust this price. Like you said, this is populated by SAP based on our basic vehicle price, right?
So currently, what you're telling me is currently we don't have the control in the system, right?
What type of control, Lily? You think we grade out a certain price, only open up certain ones for them to update?
Yeah, for the ones you basically have a price list, say the vehicle price, the parts price, those ones we do have a price list, right?
No, right now we don't segregate the control between these components. Conditions to us, it's all updatable, editable at this time. So if you think something should be locked down, for example, basic price is locked down, you give me a list. I'll see if I can lock them down. So which means you are not able to update it from here. But you may still have certain, if you don't want a certain one to be locked down, you say, hey, deposit match is something Brian's team may
Okay, Nicole, couldn't you add like a discount line? Because if you shouldn't really be changing the price, but then you can track how many discounts you're giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, I mean, we have that deposit match, but there should be a line in there for discounts. So if someone bought, let's say, the cost of a part is $100, but we will do them for $75, then that difference could go into discount.
Yeah.
And then
we have a discount later setup.
Because maybe that's where they need to go for any, instead of changing the price. I think I agree with Lily, you shouldn't really change the price for things like, there shouldn't be a reason to change the price unless it's like changing the total price across the board, everything.
Yeah, so Nicole, just to check if the system can do that, can have the control if we have a price list, especially for the vehicle and the parts. Those prices shouldn't be changed by the person who's doing billing, right? Just to check if the system have that control.
I pretty much sure it has the control, but based on this list, you have to tell me which one you want it. Because otherwise, I'll just take out everything. Maybe it locked down too much.
I already set the vehicle price and the spare parts price.
Vehicle, okay, so the basic price, right?
Yeah, like the vehicle and for the spare parts.
Okay, PR00. Yeah, for the parts, it's the same thing. PR00. If you don't wanna, if you don't want people to change that one for the parts, let's have a look. I believe I can lock down this basic one to make sure people are not updating this. Yeah, I can lock down this 374. Yeah. But if you want to give a different price, then you have to utilize other
discount.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's normally the case.
Okay. All right. So that's another thing. Actually, we recorded for the sales order. I'll do the exercise in the system and let you know. But let's come back to the billing training itself. So far, you feel good, and pretty much I think we covered all the topics we wanna go through today. Any other questions? So we talked about these sales reports, and the very last session or part is we do a quick knowledge check, right? So we covered how to process down pay for the sales document. We covered how to create a billing invoice for the related sales document. So different pools, parts, or EMV, those solo orders or fleet orders, or even repair. Or we know how to create credit memos, debit memos by initiating credit debit memo request. We cover that. How to cancel invoice, we did that. How to print invoice. Well, this is the part, to be honest, Lily, I haven't really included here, but this is the open question. I would like you maybe give me some idea later on. Like I just said, do you want to print it physically, give it to the customer, or you want to email to the customer? So this is this is flexible. Based on what you ask, I can set up accordingly. I'm going to show you there. So currently we can email. See, these are the invoice we did, right? So based on the email setup, we send this recipient how your email look like, how your invoice look like. So if you open this up, please find the attached, oh, this is quotation. No, this is not quotation. This is something wrong. We will change it. Again, think about it. This is something maybe we just created temporarily. Do you want to build something better than this? We'll do. This is temporary. The developer put it in. It's not even correct. It's a set quotation. It must be something better. And we put the invoice here. See, this is the printout of the invoice.
I will discuss with Amy. Amy, how do you think? Do you think we need to send those kind of invoice to customer?
Yes, please. And you have a payment instruction. This is provided.
I think it would be beneficial to have, for them to have something, tangible from. I mean, they'll have. This is an invoice. I'm assuming they're before they get any of their stuff from dealer track, right?
This invoice. So Nicole, I believe this invoice we only can print after we bill customer.
The one we'll send to the customer is actually the pro forma before they make the full payment. We'll tell
We didn't do pro forma today, but
probably we did the pro forma because this one is going to be after we send those F&I.
This is the formal one, right? If your pro forma already, after the pro forma, you already received a lot, your balance due could be zero, right? Because you received full amount.
I guess you could use it as a formal receipt deal, but if you're already going to have the stuff from dealer track, you're probably not going to need this one if it's after your other paperwork. Because you'll perform when you order, right? You'll get your dealer, when they deliver it, they'll get all the forms from dealer track, which they'll have their receipts. I guess if this one, if it was paid in full, then they'd have their balance as zero. I guess it's either or. It's up to you for preference, but then we have all sorts of stuff already.
Yes, this is similar what we require for the fleet sales. So Nicole, I don't think we have that, right?
Yeah. So anyway, this would be an open question, Lily. So I very likely will set it up as automatic, so you don't really need feel I need a training or whatever. But think about what you want to build in here, and per different invoice type. Let's say in fleet they gave me a whole bunch of statement here already, but for Lynn, I think she's looking at sending from Salesforce, so she doesn't really care. And for parts, because it's like a cash sale, right? We're billing almost the same time as we send the parts out. So that one.
Does the system have something like a account statement? So for parts, if they are going to sell to Bochi in the future, so if they have those third-party parts service form, so we may need like a customer account statement.
Yeah, what I mean is whatever you give me, I can build in here.
Okay, you need to build in. The system doesn't have anything, logistically they carry in the system.
Standard one, no. SAP standard doesn't really support this email by default. So we build this one actually. So that's why if you have anything, we can put it here for you.
So for the retail customer invoice side, I believe the most thing we need is more like a receipt, as we discussed before. When the customer pay us the down payment deposit and the final payment, if we can give them something like a receipt and acknowledge that we received the funds, that's going to be nice.
So that's the pro forma, right?
Will the pro forma show if we receive full payment against that pro forma invoice, will the pro forma invoice show outstanding balance as 0?
No, at the time you issue pro forma, you won't have zero balance. You actually had all the balance except the reservation fee, right? So you
Okay.
will give them that. And
So
once
if I apply a payment to the pro forma invoice, are we be able to have a pro forma invoice with 0 balance?
you will
Performa is
have
now posted.
yeah.
It's now posted transaction, the performance, so you can't apply anything against it. You have to do the actual invoice, which is 0 balance, and send that as a receipt, I guess.
Yeah.
But our full payment is posted against that pro forma invoice, right?
No, against the customer.
Okay.
So it's just like the 250, right? Showing as a debit balance, credit balance against
Credit balance.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, think about it. And Amy, let's discuss. And when you build up that process, think about if we need anything from SAP for the customer.
Okay.
I don't think we need redundant stuff. I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too much
Nice.
is probably so. Yeah, I'll look into that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Most likely, they just need the F&I from dealer track.
Correct, because if there is by chance a glitch, let's say in dealer track gave them this amount and that's the final amount, and then we send out another invoice and it's off by even pennies, you're just opening up a whole nother, a whole nother issue.
Yeah, agree. So, at this moment, Nicole, we don't need to send anything to retail customers for vehicle.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I heard from
we'll
Amy.
let you know.
Okay, so fleet, are we still sending it out?
I think Sadie already talked with you with regarding to that, right?
Yeah. So she wants it. And for parts, I'm not sure. I haven't heard from Fred. I'm not sure even parts invoice is done by you or his team only.
It couldn't be done by us. There's no chance it can be done by us. It should be done by the technicians.
Yes.
So far, I haven't heard Fred that he wants an email or not. Yeah, so that's something maybe we can take it offline.
Yeah, and also you'd better address with Fred that for the parts invoice, they need to do the delivery as a separate transaction.
Oh yeah, that is in the process. I think they know.
So Chris, they
yeah,
know that, right?
Yeah. So Chris, I think you need to share this one also with the Fred's team, since his team will be responsible for part invoice.
Do we have a separate session for the billing of parts and service order?
It is all included here, Lily. We just didn't use that one as example, but it's the same thing. So if you look at this one, sorry. It's customer billing for vehicle sales. So this is covers basically fleet and the solo ones, right? And this is customer billing for part sales, and it is here, right? It's all highlighted. And this is the billing for service sales. Yeah, it's all in the PPT. It's just maybe Fred's team needs to also learn this recording and practice on his side. Yeah.
I'm not sure why this didn't go to their team. So yeah, we can double check.
Yeah, basically this 10 and 11 slides belongs to the team who manage part sales order, part sales invoice and repair sales invoice. Okay.
Okay.
All right, it's a long session. Do we have any other stuff, or we can end our recording? All right. Will and Chris, do you guys have anything else? Or I think we're good to go?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. If there's any questions, feel free to reach out. We'll be sending out the slides and the location of the recording afterwards. Yeah, that's all from my end.
Will your address be in there? Because like I said, I'm not set up with a couple of the things that we went through. I have most of it, but it doesn't